guys, VEDA Day 8. Today is Share on Saturday, and we are sharing our hobbies or interests that we wish that we could share with someone. Mine is Shakespeare. I do get to share it with people fairly often. I've been in 3 Shakespeare plays since I came to New York, but I want to share it with everybody because I know a lot of people are intimidated by Shakespeare, or they think that they could never understand it and it makes no sense. And to me, it makes perfect sense, and so much of it is so beautiful and so human and so relatable. Just those teeny tiny little moments in your life, he captured them so beautifully. So I want to share Shakespeare with everybody. So I'm going to talk for a little bit about my favorite Shakespeare play, and if you're done hearing about what my hobby is, you can stop the video right now, that's fine. But I'm going to keep talking for a little while more because I love this stuff. As You Like It is my favorite Shakespearean play. And there's a scene in it between Orlando and Adam that was one of my favorite to do when I got to do this show just recently. Part of the reason why I loved it is because the woman that I worked with who was playing Orlando was just lovely and so dedicated and engaging and involved in everything, and she was just so lovely to work with. You should totally stalk her. She did a This Week in Shakespeare thing with one of her friends on YouTube, which I'll put a link here or something. Anyway, so she was lovely to work with. But I was so honored to get to play the character of Adam because he's so lovely. For a little bit of background, before the play starts, there was this man named Sir Rowland de Boys, and he died. So before the play starts, he had left money to his 3 sons, Orlando, Jakes, and Oliver. Oliver's the oldest one. Jakes is the middle child. He takes his money and goes off to school, and you only hear about him in the very first scene and in Act 5. And Orlando is the youngest one, and Orlando feels like he's being sort of stiffed in this whole deal because Oliver isn't giving him his part of the inheritance, and he's treating him more like a servant than like a brother and a fellow heir in the family. So at the start of the play, Orlando and Oliver kind of have it out a little bit, and Orlando's like, okay, fine, I'll go find some other way to get money and then I'll get out of here because screw you. And Oliver admits that he really doesn't know why he hates Orlando, just that he does. It's a jealousy of the younger brother kind of thing, whatever. So Orlando goes and he challenges the Duke's wrestler to try to win some money, and Orlando wins, but the Duke, who's also a bit of a dick, didn't like Sir Rowland de Boys, so he refuses to give Orlando any sort of prize for winning this wrestling match. So Orlando's only choice now really is to go back home and try either to stick it out there or maybe get some money that he's owed or something, so he goes back home. Meanwhile, Oliver, who was kind of hoping that Orlando would have been killed in the wrestling match, says, well, since he wasn't killed in the wrestling match, I'll do it myself. I'm gonna burn down the house tonight while he's sleeping in it. Meanwhile, Adam, this 80-year-old man who's been a servant to the family for pretty much his whole life and has seen these boys be born and grown up and turn into men, Adam is terrified because he doesn't want Orlando to die. He likes Orlando. Orlando's the baby of the family, and Adam doesn't have any real family of his own. He doesn't have any kids of his own, stuff like that. So these were like his sons. Now he overhears Oliver plotting to kill Orlando, and he's terrified. So he goes outside and he sees Orlando coming back to the house, and that's where this scene starts. Orlando comes in. Adam sees that it's him, and he's like, oh, sweet Jeebus. Do not go into that house, because if you go into that house, you're going to die. Your brother is going to kill you. I overheard your brother say that your brother is going to kill you if you go into that house. And Orlando's like, but what else am I supposed to do? Like, I have nothing else. Am I supposed to go and make my fortune on the road or be a beggar or like what? Like, no, fuck that. I'm going in and I'm gonna get what's owed to me. And Adam says, but do not so. I have 500 crowns. The thrifty hire I saved under your father, which I did store to be my foster nurse, when service should in my old limbs lie lame and unregarded age in corners thrown. Take that, and he that doth the ravens feed, yea, providently caters for the sparrow, be comfort to my age. Here is the gold. All this I give you. Let me be your servant. For though I look old, yet I am strong and lusty. For never in my youth did I apply hot and rebellious liquors in the blood, nor did not with unbashful forehead woo the means of weakness and debility. Therefore my age is as a lusty winter, frosty but kindly. Let me go with you. I'll do the service of a younger man in all your business and necessities. And Orlando replies, wow, you're really a very sweet old man. Everybody else is so concerned about money, and you're not. You're looking out for me. I don't think that I'm worthy, but I thank you. And okay, let's take your money and head out on the road together, you and me. And Adam says, Master, go on, and I will follow thee to the last gasp with truth and loyalty. From 17 years till almost 80, here lived I, but now live here no more. At 17, many their fortunes seek, but at 80, it is too late a week. But fortune cannot recompense me better than to die well, and not my master's debtor. And they take off together. And that's how Orlando ends up in the forest to find his lady love Rosalind and to carve her name on all the trees, and how she woos him while she's dressed as a man to test his loyalty and his fidelity. That one simple little scene is so beautiful. Orlando wants what he's owed, and Adam doesn't want Orlando to die. Adam does everything that he can to get Orlando to not die, and when he gets that, when he realizes that he's done it and they're gonna go off and Orlando's gonna live and everything's gonna be great, he freaks out a little bit because he's leaving the home that he's lived in since he was 17 years old. Shakespeare gives him just that little tiny bit to be able to say, you know what, I'm gonna miss this place, but it's better that I leave with you so that you stay alive. Anyway, stuff like that is why I love Shakespeare, and why I want to be able to share it with other people, because it's so, so human. Anyway, I love your faces, and I'll see you tomorrow.